Alright, so this is going to be the instructional video for hunting Candidums. So I think you want, because I've tested this out before with Lil Siri, Tim, and graphics below slightly high, there are some things that you won't actually notice. Like the draw distance is weird and there are some animations you can't notice. So I would recommend you have at least slightly high while you're hunting. So you can see a Candidum from a lot farther away before it appears on your minimap as the boss indicator. And so we'll start by gauging the distance that um, the Candidum should be on your minimap before you start your first ram. So I messed up there and I got within range too fast. But ideally, you want see this mini circle here. You want the Candidum icon to be about here, as in like a radius around here before you start your ram. So we go back and I start the ram now. Oh, he was swimming towards me. I kind of misjudged that. And I hope I don't lose too many trade goods from this. Fuck. Alright, so I just used TWQ to follow him. And make sure your camera is locked while you're doing this, because after he surfaces for an attack, it's not guaranteed that he just goes in the direction that his head is already facing. There are times when he takes a U-turn. And so what I'm doing here is just TWQ following him. I'm following him with the just spamming left click mouse movement attack on him. However, if you're a little bit too far for the mouse thing to actually register, you can just follow him with the just by his direction on the minimap. And so when you're attacking, you always want to be spamming left click attack if possible, because the prow hitbox is actually really huge, and there's angles and distances that your ram is actually hitting the mob that you probably don't think was possible, which I didn't think was possible actually. So basically I'm only using W sailing and TWQ ram from stationary throughout this whole process, and I don't use Power Excel at all. Usually I don't use Power Excel because there's a huge chance that it might reset this whole animation attack chain, which means I'll have to take extra damage from it for it to surface, just so I can reset it to a point where I can track it again very well. Yeah, so basically TWQ, mouse click left spam, and that's about it. And camera lock, you really have to get your camera lock on point for this, because it's pretty much essential. And oh, one last thing. So if you're killing the Candidum too fast, I found there are some times where the Candidum will just basically disappear off the map for you, disappear off the mini-map, and just basically like vanish on your screen. So you have to be vigilant in order to track where the Candidum was facing, because all you have to do when that happens is just go in the direction that the Candidum was originally facing when it disappeared, and you should be able to find it. And that's it. Not sure how long that took me. I think it was about 8, I don't know, minutes-ish. So yeah, that's about it. Back to my rat run, dude. Hope this helped.